Welcome to Faith and Conviction. I am your host, Ray Harris, and we are continuing our studies about the importance of understanding the Torah in the New Testament. And we spent some time looking at the variety of Bibles that were available to Jesus and the apostles, and we established that there were two copies of the Scriptures. The original being the Hebrew Scriptures, and the very first Bible translation referred to as the LXX, the 70, or the Septuagint, as some people call it. Now, what I have been using in reference is this one here. This is a Brenton translation out of Britain during the 1850s. Now, what he did is he took the LXX, the Greek, into English of the 1850s. Now, I also like this other scripture for the Greek called the Apostolic Bible Polyglot. It's called a poly because it has more than one language. Apostolic Bible, this is something that's relatively new. I forget the publication date, but I think it's less than 10 years ago. And so this is really recently. Call this the 2000s if you want. Now, the big difference between the Brenton text and the Apostolic Bible is Strong's numbering. And the reason I tell you that is because both of these Bibles, this translation and this one, are based upon a very similar Greek text. If I'm spelling it right, Vaticanus. That's the primary text that both of these work from. Okay? But the major difference between this English and this one is James Strong. He did the exhaustive concordance in the 1890s. So I show you these real brief things here to help you understand that this Brenton translation uses the Greek but does not have the Strong's numbers. The Apostolic Bible uses the Greek but has Strong's numbers. So that allows us, who are students of the New Testament, who are accustomed to having Strong's number Greek, to go back in here and look at this. So where do we want to take this text today? Well, it's actually very important because I want to establish one major premise today with our study. We saw that the Hebrew Bible has 22 books. And it begins with Moses, his 5 books. And the others, so you subtract 5 out of 22, the balance of it all deals with Moses. Now we talked about how the Greek has what's called the Apocrypha. Now when Jesus is working in that day, even though it has what we call the Apocrypha, those are influential Jewish writings of the day. Things that help discuss history and events like the Maccabees. So even though the Protestant church doesn't consider it canon, it does have very important information about the history of the Jews. So, and the Jewish development just prior to Jesus. But I want us to talk about something. Every prophet, hopefully every king, but certainly every rabbi is concerned with the Hebrew Bible. This. What is Moses saying? And then what did the prophets say? And how does all of this relate back to promises that were given in the Scriptures? I bring this out because I want to lead us into our next discussion. We're going to talk about a rabbi and how important it is that a rabbi always talks about Moses. Because I have some close Jewish friends, and I love them, and I very much appreciate them. They help me see some insights. But one thing I have found, every rabbi talks about Moses, and that's very important. So I thank you for joining us here today. I hope this has helped establish the Torah foundation in the New Testament a little bit more and why this is important. And I encourage you in the meantime to continue to seek God. No Messiah. Find Torah.